Hi everyone, it's Gary Nicholson here. This is your Planning Outlook video on Friday the 31st of August. Now, a rather murky picture around this weekend with a humid southwesterly airflow in charge, low cloud, patchy rain and drizzle. The leftovers of this are still around into the early part of the new week with still some stubborn banks of low cloud, mostly in the west. But with high pressure in charge, the opening 10 days of September as a whole look generally set fair and probably improving as the week goes on as winds turn east or southeasterly, but the wind often light. For Saturday, we've got weak fronts trailing in from the Atlantic. Not too much on these. Patchy rain and drizzle will be persistent in some places, though, focused around the west and southwest of Scotland, where low cloud will cover the hills most of the day. Best of the cloud breaks towards the northeast of the Highlands. The Pennines not doing too bad, and maybe even East Wales, perhaps much of Wales, not doing too bad either, with the wind flow here south-southwesterly, so the low cloud more focused right around Irish Sea coasts. It's a humid feel though throughout the weekend. Temperatures not doing too bad, but where you're in the low cloud are not feeling that pleasant. The wind's stronger by Sunday, particularly across west and northwest Scotland, where up to gale force as fronts start to push in from the Atlantic. Drizzly rain turning more persistent and heavier later in the day across western Scotland. Low cloud again for many western mountains, with patchy drizzle for West Wales and northwest England. Now into Monday, a cold front will pass southeastwards in the early hours with some rain advancing east. That gets stuck somewhere across northern England and Wales into Monday. A bit of uncertainty how far on this front has got. It could give a generally poor, dull, damp day across much of the Pennines, Wales, perhaps the Lake District too, but a chance that that front has moved through, so Cumbria may improve for much of the day. And across Scotland, behind that front, you're in a relatively drier air mass, so the low cloud will have lifted and breaks developing to higher tops, with just rare drizzly showers perhaps just left behind in the wake of that front. A little bit cooler for most of Scotland, but the winds are looking light. Now for Tuesday, a lot will depend exactly on the position of the high and the exact wind direction. What we may just find is moisture coming in from the Atlantic, enough to cover western and northwestern Scottish summits in cloud. Some drizzly rain coming on, never really coming to a great deal. Probably the highest cloud bases across more eastern parts of the Highlands. England and Wales may just again have some cloudy skies left from that previous front, but breaks should develop and some clearances forming to higher tops. Winds looking mostly light. Again, a bit of uncertainty with precise details into midweek, but the general idea that perhaps west and northern Scotland could just have some low cloud and some drizzly rain locally, but again, never coming to a great deal. Some cloud breaks will form to higher levels. And for England and Wales, it looks as though it's a dry and fairly bright day with some sunshine and broken cloud. So high pressure is in charge through the middle part of the week. The main change that will develop is that we lose the airflow trying to come around off the Atlantic as the high shuffles itself a bit further northwards, so that by the end of the week it seems as though high pressure is centred somewhere north or northeast of Britain, drawing in the airflow more from Scandinavia as an east or a southeasterly. That means for most of the mountain areas that cloud can break up pretty readily. There'll be a good amount of sunshine around, and temperatures pleasantly warm as well. We may just see a few chilly nights beneath clearing skies underneath high pressure with light winds. The only low cloud may just come in off the North Sea onto some more eastern regions if the air mass is humid enough, but for many mountains you should be free of cloud heading into the weekend. And most indications favour a block of high pressure being in position towards the north-northeast of Britain through in towards mid-September, maintaining then that east or southeasterly flow and keeping things fairly warm, I suggest, throughout. The only changes may come eventually if we find lowering pressure nibbling away from the southwest, which might start to bring some rain, say, into Wales. We need to watch what happens around the tropical Atlantic too. The Atlantic hurricane season is forecast to intensify over the next couple of weeks, and the tail end of such tropical storms can always interfere with our weather patterns a bit further down the line. That's more on the distant horizon though for now. In the short term, high pressure and fair weather will be the theme in this early part of September. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.